What's up everyone, welcome to Homebrew Subaru. This is more or less just going to be an update video. I've got to do a bunch of maintenance to my vehicles. Going to kind of show you around and show you what I end up doing. So starting with the garage, I didn't do a complete overhaul, but I spent a ton of hours out here cleaning because of all the sanding and painting that I did with the 240SX. So I took down those flags and put them in the laundry, kind of wiped down everything, organized this side a little bit. Over on this side, I didn't do a whole lot, but I ended up mounting my fishing rods up on the wall, just kind of keep them up out of the way. Kind of wiped down stuff through here. I ended up installing a little kitchen light so I can see this tray really well and eventually get most of this organized and put away. Down underneath of here, I've made it like I had it all before. I put all my jack stands and my kneeling pads, tool bag that a friend gave me years ago. The toolboxes and my little PC setup here have all been wiped down and dusted. I ended up taking the cover off the PC and blowing all the dust out of it, wiping everything down. Got my mouse pad and put that through the laundry, just cleaned up everything there. Moving over to the bench, I've just got my kayak seat sitting here temporarily. I want to get some bicycle hangers from the dollar store and get that thing hanging from the ceiling. Got the bench top all cleaned and cleared. All of the hardware that was on that back wall, I kind of reorganized it and separated it all into separate bins. I put up a few more signs. And then underneath of here, my little tool kits and the little toolboxes, I've reorganized a bunch of them. There's probably a few of them that I'm actually going to sell and put on eBay. And then I have a couple of the parts I put back in the car that I just don't need up in here. The garbage bag is actually cylinder heads. Organize some of those fluids, bag of garbage. Definitely the biggest change is this new storage solution. It's just a plastic shelving unit from Walmart. And this way I can keep all of my camping gear and kayak gear out here in the garage. I don't have to sit it in a pile in my living room anymore. It's entirely gear except for the bottom shelf. So up top in this bag, I've got all my kayak accessories, including my life preserver. And behind that is the camping chair. The shelf below is the kayak cart. I've got a dry bag, an extra bag, and a stool, water bottles, fishing tackle, fishing net. This is my camping box. It has all my rain jackets and mosquito coils, all that kind of trash in there. It keeps in that bin. I can just throw it in the Forester when I need it. Coolers. And then the bottom shelf is rags on that side. And I got a bunch of tie-down straps and bungees and stuff on that side. Can't forget the big buddy. And it actually reminds me I do have to go get some propane for this winter. I've also managed to keep enough space right here that I can keep the crane fully assembled. Because eventually I'm going to need it to pull the engine out of that car. So I am starting with an oil change, but come down here and have a look at this. And underneath, things are as dry as a bone. There's not even a drop of oil hanging off of anything anywhere. Just looking at all the undercarriage that I cleaned up almost 2 years ago now. I mean, there's little spots of rust here and there, but everything looks amazing. It really does. And it probably hasn't been quite 5,000 kilometers yet, but I know it's really close. And this oil's probably just going to run like water. It's that thin. Oh yeah, look how dark that is. I think this is the third oil change now since I had the engine out about 1.5 years ago. Get this oil filter off and then I'll just let them sit here and drain for a little bit. The oil filter is really close to these headers. Or header. Just want to spin it off slow so I don't get oil onto the header. Not that it really matters. I mean, it only smoked for a minute or so. Nice. Oil fucking everywhere. I don't really see any more dripping going on here, so I think that's good enough. Sure, I got that good and tight. Kind of run the rag around the header here, just get a little bit of that oil residue. It did drop. And then my filter, I always try and prime it with a little bit of oil. It's probably topped up to about here. And get that on there. And I'll be using some Quaker State 530 that I got on sale. I don't really have a preference for brands anymore. I used to actually not like to use Quaker State, but I think it was more or less, you know, me just beating the shit out of the cars. But any which way, probably about 4.3 liters of that, maybe something like that, just over 4. And then top up some windshield washer fluid. I will just double check the coolant. It should be good because there is no leaks anywhere. And then I'm going to give everything just a quick wipe down. And there, I've got all the fluids checked, everything's topped up. I've given a nice wipe down on everything, looking really clean under here. I checked the belts, great shape. The air filter is still relatively clean, although I'm thinking I'll probably replace it coming out of the winter. Just looking down in here where I did all that repair work. I mean, everything looks so good. There's a bit of dirt down in there, but not really any rust at all. The battery looking all really nice and clean, no corrosion. I also went ahead and repolished the headlights. It just offers me a lot more light going into these darker winter months. And I mean, these headlights have had it. They're quite hazed over, but getting them this clean, you wouldn't believe how much more light I actually get. Now, I did plan to pop the wheels to check the brakes, but this is the tire that I actually replaced just a couple videos ago. And I think I'm going to rotate that one up to the front. And that way it can wear down with the other three that are older used tires. Fast forward a little bit, I've got all the wheels off. And I've tried to clean up the wheel nuts as best I could. Here on the right front corner, the pads are still probably like 4 or 5 millimeter, looking pretty good, even pad wear. I'm just going to remove those sliders and put some lube up on the contacts and re-lube the sliders, clean it up, slap it all back together. Rear drum brakes still in really good shape, no leaks from the cylinder. I've already gone ahead and washed everything down. Plenty of shoe life left and no problems with any of the springs. They're all still really healthy looking. And the same over on this side, no problems found. All I'm going to do is just give one click on the adjuster, both sides, and put the drums back on. Left front corner is very similar to the right front corner. The inner pad on this one's worn down a little bit more, but plenty of meat to get me through the winter still. The thing I did find on this side was I went to go grab a hold of this rotor, and the rotor actually has play, which means the bearings come loose, or the bearing's worn. And when I look, the bearings actually come loose a little bit. And I just went on a 250 kilometer trip just earlier this week and didn't hear this bearing at all. So I'm going to hopefully tighten it up and just retorque it. Hopefully, it doesn't cause me any issues, but these are really old bearings in the front. They have not been done, and it's something I may have to address eventually. And well, notably this summer, I've had a small exhaust leak open up, and I assumed it was this pipe here just because I did a bunch of sloppy welding on that old pipe from the Impreza to get on the Forester to get me by, but I did find something else. Coming right to the back end, I think I found the problem. It's actually the muffler about to fall off. Just having a look at the front of it here, I actually did use some stainless hardware to get this thing on. I'm going to check to see if I have some gaskets, and I might be able to do something with this. Okay, believe it or not, I may actually be able to make this happen. I kind of always plan ahead, and I've got extra gaskets here, and I know that connection will come apart. This muffler that's sitting on the floor is actually off the Impreza, and when it's angled a little differently, but when I kind of look at the points of where it's going to mount, I think it's going to fit. So I got to try it. So it turns out that the flange was actually a little bit turned in the Forester compared to the Impreza, so I ended up cutting off the flange from the old muffler because it was in much better shape, and I've just welded it onto the muffler going on, and I'm just going to weld all around, get this thing back bolted in there, see what it sounds like afterwards. The exhaust actually sounds way better than I thought it was going to. The muffler's been sitting in the corner of the shop here, but when I lifted it up, you could just hear the rattling inside of it. So I think a lot of the guts have actually rotted out of the muffler, giving it a little bit more of a throaty sound. But it's certainly quieter than what it was before. And the noise level didn't bother me at all, but when I had the windows down, I was sometimes getting a little bit of exhaust fumes coming up into the vehicle. So I hate that. I can't stand the smell of exhaust when I'm traveling. So better to have it the way it is, to be solid for winter, and I won't have to worry about the muffler falling off onto the road. Well, that's it for this one. I'm going to plan on pulling the Impreza into the garage for the next video, kind of go through it like I did this one, and then I'll have two good reliable vehicles for the winter. If you like this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.